This is a very sacred and serious affair. We are in a temple, we are meditating, and there's this bird outside, and this bird did not get the message. This bird is just chirping like it's on vacation in Hawaii. The bird was there to taunt me, and I knew it. It was just Hello, welcome to Creativity Club. I'm Marlo, and so last week we had the challenge to honor our intuition, to honor our inner knowing. And so what came up for me is a friend invited me to a Buddhist temple, and I thought, oh, that's perfect. I can go inside during the meditation in this temple, and that will be how I honor my inner knowing. I have never been to a Buddhist temple, so that was kind of exciting. I decided to really examine my inner technology, and after the experience at the temple, I wrote down kind of diary style what went on inside of me. This is a very sacred and serious affair. We are in a temple, we are meditating, we are paying attention to our inner technology. And there's this bird outside that is chirping quite happily. And this bird did not get the message. This bird is having way too much fun. This bird is just chirping. And of course I wondered, what kind of bird is that? And I'm going through birds in my imagination, and then I realize I have a terrible knowledge of birds, so then I'm kind of berating myself because I don't know about birds, and I don't know why this always happens to me when I'm in serious settings. Sometimes I just want to laugh. I guess it's a release. Just the bird seemed so happy that I wanted to laugh. So I spent a good deal of effort on just trying not to laugh in this temple while everyone else is meditating. So I switched the focus of my listening, and I started trying to zoom away from the bird and the noise of the bird. And then I realized the person behind me was swallowing really loud. And I actually thought that was really great because maybe I could swallow and that would help me to break up my distraction caused by the bird. So I swallowed very enthusiastically, and then I started thinking about how swallowing is so natural and you don't think about it. But when you think about it, it starts to feel very obnoxious. And I felt like I was swallowing extremely loudly, like the entire temple would hear me swallow. So I decided to cough, just like I'd swallow cough to cover up how loud I swallowed. So I was like, and then I realized that actually helped to release some of my laughter. So I coughed a little bit, and this is okay, you guys. This is not going well. This is not how the internal technology is supposed to work. No wonder we turn to external technology. We sit in a temple, and some of us cannot even focus in that environment with all of the energy of everyone around us. It should have technically pulled me into it, which is usually what happens if I'm in a meditation group. But really, it was that bird, the bird. And so then I realized that I'm thinking so much. I don't think of myself as someone who has an issue with thinking, but maybe I do. And then I'm thinking, how much is too much thinking? Well, definitely I shouldn't be thinking right now. The whole point of me coming here is to focus on my internal technology, and the brain that's not it. That's not what I'm talking about when I talk about that. And also, I started thinking about if everyone's brain had a sound, a special sound to go with it, what would that sound like? And what would I want my brain to sound like? So I went through ideas. Would my brain sound like a lawnmower? Would it sound like a car? Would it sound like a tractor? Would it sound like a tractor that's going up a hill? Maybe it would sound like a cool spaceship. What does a cool spaceship sound like? So I decided I think my brain should sound like a cool spaceship until I changed my mind. Then I switched back to the bird because I realized, oh, I think the bird has a friend now. There are 2 birds right there near the window now. And I think, oh, that's right. My brain just needs a little coaxing. So I start talking to my brain. I'm just like, let's meditate now. We can do it. Come on, let's do it. It'll be fun. We'll meditate together. Yeah. Shh. So I go in and I go deep and I fall. I feel it in my body. And one way I meditate really fast is I hold my breath. I just hold it. And then everything slows down. Maybe it's like a power button on my brain. My brain realizes, oh, she hit the sleep button. Okay. But literally, it felt that it was only 2 minutes later that they stopped the meditation. They rang the little bell. So maybe I had only meditated 2 minutes. I don't really know. How long did I spend thinking about birds and the sound of my brain? This is not a good sign for inner technology, is it? Oh dear. Oh dear. I need to keep practicing. It's not like that all the time, right? It's fine. It's good. It'll be fine. For the next week's Creativity Club challenge, I had another dream. It's another juicy dream, and it's about AI. Again, does this seem to be on my mind? Maybe it's on other people's minds. That's why I keep dreaming about it. It's kind of in the atmosphere. So I am in a mansion, and it's also an office, and it feels like California. It's a very luxurious mansion. It's carpeted. The stairs that I'm climbing are carpeted. I'm with a friend, and we're climbing up these stairs, and it has black metal side railings that are very ornate and quite beautiful. I think the carpet is blue, and we're walking up these stairs. We have to get to the top, and I'm worried. Oh my gosh, I'm really worried, but my friend is completely relaxed. And he's like, no, we're fine. We're fine. It's totally good. And we get to the top, and there are these AI soldier robots that are killing each other. And we're looking in on this. And I'm thinking, why are we here? They're going to see us. We have to get out of here. And he's like, no, we're fine. And, the bad part of the dream is that the AI somehow rewrites its own code, and then they're about to turn their killing spree on to the humans. But the part of the dream that interests me is this. The reason the AI couldn't see us is because we were running a toroidal field around us mentally by doing this through a meditation practice that we had honed and mastered. We were running a toroidal field around us that was looping time. And so we had placed ourselves inside of a time loop that was just around us. And so if you think of an 8-bit environment and you take those little square chunks, our square chunk was basically rendered invisible because of what we had mastered internally with our internal technology. We by looping time, made it so the AI could not see us. And we could essentially walk around unharmed. I don't know what would happen if a bullet came our way accidentally. I didn't get that far into it, but I was attracted by this idea that we could play with time through our inner technology, and that the field that we live in, this world that we live in, we've always been told that it's malleable, that it is a kind of illusion, and that's been talked about. But to actually believe that is another thing. And the dream kind of made me think, what if we're entering a time now where we begin to understand how to influence our reality even more? All of us, not just ascended masters or very special superhero people or people who have meditated on a mountain or who have had very special teachers. What if all of us are able to access this now, because that's the time we are entering? And so the challenge for me this coming week is to meditate on time and how I perceive time and how I could perceive time differently. And I'm sure I will be thinking about flow states. People often talk about making your life a prayer. And so how does that relate to time and flow states? So this is what I'm thinking about, and I'm excited to come up with something to honor this. I am excited to learn what you do. Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you next time.